My Hero Academia never ceases to amaze me. This episode was awesome. We got Bakugo versus Urika, and the entire fight was so damn awesome because you didn't know who would win. Because we know Bakugo is far more strong than our lovable female here. But the thing with it is because you don't know who's going to win. Because there's always can be these unexpected. Because you would expect Deku would have been eliminated by now. Because he is just not very skilled with his abilities, so you didn't know what they were going to do, especially with her denying Deku's plan. But I loved watching this, because for a while, I was questioning who's gonna win. And around the halfway mark of the fight, I was like, she's going to lose, but she's gonna put up one hell of a fight. And she absolutely does. I think it's really impressive because it's such a simplistic fight. It's just Bakugo not using his full strength. He's kind of just swatting her away with explosions, but he's being very careful not to harm her, while she's just trying to go in to touch him, because literally, if she can just use her gravity ability on Bakugo, it's more or less game over for him. But what Bakugo doesn't see is that every time she's going in and he's exploding the ground, she's sending it up in the air so she can do this, like, rock meteor shower down on him. But Bakugo's been holding back his entire time, so it's just one shot, one kill for him to get rid of all this rubble. But I love building up to that because it's kind of like this game of cat and mouse. You don't know, is the mouse going to overtake the cat or is the cat just going to eat the mouse kind of a thing. But the best part of the entire episode is when one of the heroes in the stand is trying to shame Bakugo, and then they all start booing, and you're just kind of watching, because even before the explanation, you're like, the guy's holding back here, like, this guy's literally looking out for his fellow classmate. And then I forget his name, but one of the teachers is like, how long have you been a hero? You might as well just find a different job, because if you can't realize that this guy is holding back so he doesn't harm her, you don't deserve to be a hero. And I love that moment because it's just a smack in the face being like, oh, you're trying to stick up for the girl? How about you just go screw yourself because this guy's already trying to protect the girl? And I love that because even though he is holding back, it doesn't faze her because she's giving it her all. He still has to defend himself because if he did use his full strength, he could easily one-shot, one-kill her pretty much, and maybe actually kill her. But I like how Bakugo is someone who you would expect would be a villainous character, you know, he would turn to the dark side or things like that. But it's really cool to see him actually care for his classmate. Maybe he doesn't show emotions that well, but the fact that he did hold back so he wouldn't harm her is respectable because he easily could have lost the match for doing so. Because he was put on the edge, he was on the defense. If he didn't have insane strength to cancel out that rock meteor shower, he would have lost. So I loved how they handled that and just the smack on the face of that other hero because he was trying to be like, you're harming the girl, you're being too aggressive. He's holding back, and when you see him do the ultimate blast and the crowd's just like, oh, yeah, this guy's pretty good. He's been holding back this entire time. I love seeing that because it really goes to show you how different Bakugo is compared to when we first saw him in episode 1 pretty much, or I forget the exact episode we see him. I think it's episode 1 or episode 2 back in season 1. Because you really get a different idea of what this character is going to be. To see where he's at now in episode 9 of season 2, it's a really different just character in a way. Like, he's not this villainous nature character, he has this aggressive personality, but he does care for his fellow man and woman, so I like that overall, and I think he's going to be a damn good hero by the time all is said and done. But it was definitely emotional when she was talking to her father at the end, and she's crying like, I can't help you now, like, I mean, people only saw like the first battle here or whatever, and like, no one's really going to know what I can do, but we've already seen how heroes are talking about people who have lost, so people are going to take note of what she was capable of, and, you know, year 2, maybe she'll make it even farther, but she's going to be a damn good sidekick for sure. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I just think this series is doing really well with this tournament arc. I think by the time this finishes, I think this could be one of the best tournament arcs in anime, period. Like, not just from the past couple of years, like, from, like, period. I think they're handling it very well. It's action-packed, but it's also very character-driven, so you don't really care who's on screen because you know you're gonna get a good battle and a good, just, piece of dialogue no matter what. And next week's battle, who knows who's gonna win? Say Todoroki, because if he does use both hands, he could easily beat Deku, but at the same time, based on that preview, I mean, Deku's going to be pushing himself to the limit. He's probably going to be shattering bones, shattering his body. But ultimately, I think, you know, whatever happens, All Might's going to announce that Deku's going to be his, like, sidekick or his successor, no matter what. Even if, because I don't think Deku's going to, you know, completely get first place. Please no spoilers for people who've read the manga. However, I think no matter what, he's going to impress the crowd. And then thus, All Might's going to say, I picked Deku. And everyone's going to be like, oh my god, who would have thought? But Deku, of course, already knows he's his successor. but the public has to be like, oh, this guy's damn good, I understand. So it's gonna be interesting how they do next week's episode. I'm just really excited. Every single week, I want to watch this. I want to watch Attack on Titan. Recreators, this Saturdays overall are definitely great for anime. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. For the adaptation, how did you enjoy the adaptation? Was this better than when you read in the manga because of the awesome animation and voice acting? And for anime onlys, what was your favorite moment? Because I think the realization that she's been building up this plan of just shattering rocks down on Bakugo's head, that's probably my favorite moment, but let me know yours. And before you leave, smack that like button to show your support. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.